Welcome to another episode of Shit Hotels of Australia, where we travel this wide brown land, or in some places this green part of the land, and stay in a range of hotels and motels and hope that they're not shit. Tonight I'm at Eaglehawk Neck, just bordering the Tasman Peninsula, home of the famous Port Arthur historic site. And I'm staying tonight for one night at the Lufra Hotel. Now, I must say that my family had a shack just around the corner here at Eaglehawk Neck, and this Lufra Hotel has been in my memory for as long as I can remember. And I'm talking about real memory, not just after I've had a couple of those goons of red. But I've never stayed here, I've never eaten here, and tonight I'm going to be doing both. So let's go inside and check out the room. Right, so this is room 14, and immediately I'm a bit disappointed because I will check, but I'm pretty sure I booked an ocean view room, and this is on the other side, but I will check that out. So what have we got in this room? We have a small fridge, a heater, which is good, being Tasmania, a little place to sit at, large TV, a couple of little chairs, no lounge chair, king size bed, although why they would sell the beauty of a king size bed in a room where the king size bed leaves room for not much else, not sure. In the bathroom, it looks really nice, big nice raindrop shower, toilet, classy looking basin, demister mirror. It has dispensers, which I'm not a fan of, but neither here nor there. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I will check out that booking because I'm pretty sure I booked an ocean view room, but I could be wrong. Well, there we have it. Studio King apartment with ocean view. And that doesn't look like the ocean to me. Yeah, a bit disappointing. I'll give them some feedback in the review on that. I mean, an actual review on booking.com. But when you book an ocean room and you don't get one, you get a bit disappointed. I guess the most disappointing thing about not getting the ocean view is that ocean, apart from being the Tasman Sea, that ocean is Pirates Bay. Arr. So Lufra has a range of accommodation options, from these quite large two-storey apartments to the small studio room that I've got, and without the ocean view. And it's also got some good facilities, because I noticed that just over here we have a Tesla charging facility. So if you had a Tesla electric car, you could charge it overnight, which is a pretty good option, I reckon. And then it's got these external door rooms, rooms 32, 33, and I don't think I'd like to be staying in room 34. And a good thing that there's no room 35. Now, not that I need the laundry, I'm only staying one night, but that's another disappointment. This hotel has been tarted up quite nicely. I mean, to use an inappropriate word, in terms of the way that they've renovated this obviously very old hotel. because the decor is really quite nice. I gather that those circle windows are the originals, but it'd be great if I could see the ocean. Well, I didn't think I'd ever say this from a Tasmanian hotel, although I guess from thinking back, the Sponsy Villas, it was a particularly warm day, but at least that day was over 30 degrees. Today it's been about 21, and yeah, this room, north facing, has a heater to keep you warm in winter, but it's actually really quite warm. And we don't have a fan or aircon. Of course, Tassie doesn't have aircon. Sometimes we have the reverse cycle heat pumps that we can use for that, but yeah, I didn't bring the thermometer with me. Left that at home, so I'm not sure what the temperature is, but it is a little bit warm, a little bit too warm, but that'll be good at night. I like it warm at night. I think it might be time for a real drink. And now for the shit hotels of Australia, instant coffee test. And here at the Lufra Hotel, we have Nescafe with an expiry of June 2027. It's in date, but it's instant coffee. I won't be drinking it. But again, I've come prepared. The filter coffee, filter paper, and the coffee is in the fridge. And now let's check out the Wi-Fi. Now I've connected the Wi-Fi because I was able to open booking.com and confirm that I didn't have a ocean view room. But let's see the speed with the old Netflix test. Okay, so what do we start with? Well, we'll start with episode 2 of Department Q. Yep, instant. So that all goes well for tonight. And now let's check out the TV. Well, this looks promising. Let's see if these apps work. You gotta love it. Well, I might not be able to see an ocean view from this room like I paid for, but at least I can see Shit Hotels of Australia on the TV.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So now let's continue to check out the TV because I got distracted by the YouTube and all the other apps, but let's actually check what TV channels it has. We see it's got ABC, SBS, Channel 9, 7, essentially all the free-to-air channels and more. It's basically got everything. So all the free-to-air channels, all the apps, we've got Samsung, 10 Play, 7 Plus, SBS On Demand, iView, Spotify, Tubi, Bixby, Binge, KO, Stan, YouTube, Disney. So TV kicks all the goals, touches all the bases, and scores. Well, at least the dining room has a view of the ocean. So I do get to look at Pirates Bay, and I'll turn around in a minute and have a look at it. I've gone with the beer battered flathead, so we'll see what that's like. And I've got myself a pint of Cascade Draft and a small glass of Shiraz. $28 for the fish, $31 for the drinks. $31. Okay, let's cheers and check out that view. Better than the Pacific Hotel in Yamba, I reckon. Well, it's happened again. 2 mouthfuls of beer and the food comes out. But it's looking pretty good, so I will tuck in and I'll let you know what it's like when I finish. Well, amazingly for me, I actually managed to almost finish the entirety of that meal. which is also amazing because it was quite disappointing. Very dry fish. I don't think it was local flathead. Chips overcooked, and the coleslaw was brilliant. Actually, really nice, mustardy, peppery coleslaw. Really, really good. Interesting thing here about the restaurant at Lufra is that currently it is, and I will just check, it is 10 to 7. When I checked in, they said, would you like dinner? I said, yeah. Well, we have bookings available at 5:30, 6 o'clock and 7:45. As I said, it's 10 to 7. There's 44 empty seats in this restaurant, but because of these 2 tables behind us, which is a tour group, they're not taking any bookings for anyone else. So maybe the restaurant is a little bit bigger than they can service. I don't know, it seems a little bit strange. Anyway, I'm going to finish off this wine and then finish off what remains of the beer, and then go and maybe watch a few things on Netflix. All right, at least I do have a view from here, so I'm going to stay here for as long as I can. They're not serving me any more food, so it should be okay. Now, one thing to be aware of is when you stay in the Lufra Hotel is that it takes a bit of an effort to get the door open. And when you do, and you let it close, and when you've got 30 odd tourists coming up from dinner at the same time, or getting into their room at the same time, it's like there was a thunderstorm over the hills outside my outside my mountain view window. So now let's check out some upkeep issues. And this is going to be quick because there are 2. First up, one tiny little ding near the door. And second up, one tiny little ding in the bath. And that's it. As I said, this is a very, very old hotel, but they really have done it up quite nicely. Now, it might be the fact that we have a king-size bed, although king-size beds are not particularly any longer than normal-size beds. But this little bench here, or this table that we eat at, I'm not sure if any of you guys watch the Points Guys YouTube channel, but one of them does the palm score for the in-flight entertainment. But we can do the palm score for this table. 1, 2. Or in more perspective, here is my tablet. Yeah, there's not a lot of room really, is there? So when a hotel says that you have a king-size bed, I recommend that you double check. Because this isn't a king-size bed, it's 2 single beds. Now that might be fine for someone like me who's single and sleeping in one side of it, except I don't actually need the other side, which they could fill up with some comfy chairs, bigger table to eat at, whatever. But if you're a couple and you're sleeping in a king-size bed and you're doing you're going to fall down the crack. And no, that's not a euphemism. So I guess it's fair enough that in a hotel, in a place like here at Eagle Hawk Neck, which is not actually a town, it's a sort of a hamlet of shacks, with no other restaurants or anything like that. They've got a captive audience if you actually want to eat. And so there's no need for them to provide a microwave or plates and cutlery or things like that. But to provide this table, which is probably less than 12 inches wide, and also to not provide any glasses, such that one has to drink a glass of red wine out of a mug. I mean, the room is immaculate. It's really well fitted out in terms of how they renovated it, but it's the little things that count. And a glass, like even for a glass of water, probably would be better than a huge large coffee mug. Anyway, here's cheers. So it's 9:15 now, and this is YouTube, and you can see that the picture quality is not brilliant on the TV. So looks like the Wi-Fi is getting a little bit overwhelmed by demand at this moment. If you can't get a good picture on YouTube, you probably can't get a good picture anywhere. So I was just about to start watching Netflix, but don't know. We'll see how we go. So just a further comment on the stalling Wi-Fi. I'm going to read from the little blurb that they give you when they hand out the Wi-Fi ticket. Excuse me for the glasses. It says, Lufra guest Wi-Fi. Please be advised that Lufra provides free Wi-Fi within the limitations of our feed and traffic load. Now, where it's great that they provide smart TVs with all these streaming apps instantly connected. Maybe if they are not sure that their Wi-Fi capability, and look, I live in regional Tasmania as well, and I know that my fixed wireless Wi-Fi is pretty bloody average. So for them to serve a property of this size, unless they're going with some sort of commercial Starlink, is a bit of an ask, and so maybe it's a bit of an overreach to provide such great coverage on these smart TVs. I love the concept, but if you're going to set something up and it's going to then disappoint, maybe, I'm not sure.
The next morning.
Well, we go to get a cup of coffee and need to fill up the kettle, don't we? But how do we manage to fill it up? So what's the point of even having coffee facilities in the room? Even instant shit coffee, let alone the good stuff that I've bought. You can't even fill up the frigging kettle.
We interrupt this program to annoy you and make things generally irritating.
Right, so the bay behind us isn't Pirates Bay, but it is this Pirates Bay. And before we get to the pirate score, I want to give you a bit of an update about the situation with the booking at Lufra at Eaglehawk Neck. So when I got back home, I double-checked my booking.com booking. And it was very clear that I had indeed booked a studio apartment with ocean view, not a Mountain King room. So I emailed Lufra and asked them about it. Hello, thank you for sending through your confirmation that booking.com sent you. Booking.com have been having some issues. I've attached the Expedia reservation that we received, and also the confirmation that we sent to you. You most likely did not receive our confirmation, as the email supplied with your booking is a guest service Expedia email address. Booking we received was for a Mountain King room. The problem is that Booking.com sent you a confirmation for a studio apartment. We are rather confused why Booking.com are transferring bookings to Expedia at all. And within that transfer, they've crossed over the King Hotel rooms with King Studio rooms. Booking.com have since informed us that they've fixed the problem. So I thought I'd better have another look at that Booking.com booking, because why the hell would Lufra received a booking from Expedia when I booked through Booking.com? And then I saw the fine print on my booking. Partner offer. Booking.com said that I had booked with a partner, one MIDA Information Technology Co Limited, which seems bizarre, it's never happened to me before. But they did say that Booking.com's customer service would be available. So 3 weeks ago, which is when I stayed at Lufra, I contacted Booking.com customer service via their app and got nothing. And I am a Genius Level 3 status with Booking.com, the highest status you can get. So it seems like Booking.com are farming out their bookings to other organisations who book directly with the property. In the meantime, Booking.com cons its customers, its loyal customers, into believing they're getting something that they're not, and leaving the poor old property have to pick up the pieces of the bad customer service experience that the poor old customer like me gets. So that's an indictment of Booking.com and a really poor show. So we're just about to go to the Pirate Score, and when you're watching the Pirate Score, bear what you have just seen and heard in the last few minutes in mind, because while some of the issues were with Lufra, the fact that I didn't get the room I asked for was hardly their fault.
And now back to your regularly scheduled programme.
And now it's time for the Pirate Score.
Drink up me hearty Joe.
And where better to do the Pirate Score than at Pirates Bay? So how did the Lufra Hotel stack up against the Pirate Score? Well, first up, cleanliness and upkeep. And look, basically, it was, you couldn't criticise it. It was immaculate. You know, they've done a lot of work to renovate that hotel generally, and the rooms in particular. So you couldn't criticise it at all. So for cleanliness and upkeep, 5 stars. So facilities, well, I mean, when you go to provide a kettle but you can't even fill it up, what is the point of providing a kettle? And that was really disappointing. No plates, not even any glasses. For facilities, 1 star. Add-ons, well, it had a laundry, but it was closed. It had a restaurant, which was average, and I can't get over the fact that the 44 empty tables, when it was supposedly booked out to cater for maybe 25 tour group people. So for add-ons, 2 stars. Entertainment and Wi-Fi. Well, they tried, but the TV was amazing in what it had, but when your Wi-Fi can't back up what you provide, maybe it was a little bridge too far, I guess. And also the TV reception was fairly dodgy as well. So for entertainment and Wi-Fi, 2 stars. Bed and bath. Well, don't call it a king-size bed if it's 2 singles put together. And particularly, why put a king-size bed in that tiny room? You'd be better off with a queen in terms of the space available, and the queen is actually 1 bed. The bathroom was, again, really nicely fitted out, but man, it took longer than I normally take to have a shower for the hot water to get to the shower head. And then when it did, the water pressure was, I was literally running around in the shower to get wet. So no, that wasn't much at all. Now, the bed was comfortable, and it had a doona, which I think is great, although for the temperature last night, it was actually too hot. So again, bed and bath, 2 stars. Service, we'll start with a highlight. When I went down to the restaurant, I couldn't actually see where you went to find your table, so I went into the bar. Thought maybe you check in at the bar. The barman was amazing. Not only did he just explain where to go, he actually got out from behind the bar and walked with me, maybe about 50 metres, to the check-in part for the restaurant. That was an amazing service. The rooms are serviced every 3 days, so again, nothing special. And the guy at check-in, well, apart from the stink of cigarette smoke emanating from him, and the fact that he was rather indifferent, the one thing that he should have done, now admittedly I forgot that I booked the Seaside View room, but he should have known. So in despite of the great guy from the bar and the great service at the restaurant, overall service 2 stars. So now, the value for money bonus. Well, to get the value for money bonus, at the bare minimum, you got to get what you paid for. And I didn't. So no value for money. And the no earplugs bonus. Well, nice country town, away from the highway, peaceful sound of the ocean, no traffic whatsoever. So I chanced it and went to sleep without earplugs. And then, I must admit, it was pretty late when I went to sleep, so I was hoping that everyone else was in their rooms. But I don't know what time it was when I was woken up by the first of the doors slamming, and then from 5 AM they continued to slam, so earplugs in. Believe it or not, you could still hear the doors slamming through the earplugs. So no, it doesn't get the no earplugs bonus. So what's the total for the Lufra Hotel? Well, the total for the Lufra Hotel is 14 out of 30, proving that despite its appearance, you can't polish a turd. So, if you've enjoyed this video, please click like, please subscribe, hit me up in the comments below about your experience staying at hotels in Tasmania particularly, and we'll see you again somewhere on the road, across this wide brown and green land, and not that green land, Donald, we don't want you here. And we'll stay in a hotel that's hopefully not one of the shit hotels of Australia. Thanks for watching.